Hello, good evening, and welcome to Try Not to Die Thursday, where I will be attempting to sail the vast underground Z and get some stuff done. I do have some stuff that needs to be done way back from, a very long time ago. Over a year ago. I built up a lot of quests and stuff back then. I'm gonna have to turn the game down a little bit more. It is way too loud. Okay, it's a bit better now. This music is actually going to stop soon, though. I found out it's on a rather short loop. So, I believe that what I will be doing is dealing with the visit from Mr. Sachs that I left off on last time. Which is sort of an event thing. Sort of a sort. Does that make any sense? No, it does not. But in any case, I'm going to be playing this game, which is a little bit of, we'll call it merchanting, and a lot of exploring, and try to take it from there. So I just have to reacquaint myself. I have 13 fuel, I have 11 food, I have 37 terror, and 533 money. What else do I have? I'm gonna have to check. I'm going to turn that off because it's not actually very useful right now. I have to remember hold. Hold is where I see what's in my ship. Okay, there's my fuel, my supplies, there's a casket. There's 3 caskets of sapphires here, which I should be able to sell somewhere. And I have a long box, which I have to deliver to Station 3, which I know where that is. It'll be on the map anyway. I have a recent news. I have 2 Z stories, a tale of terror, a secret, a book for children about colors, the hint pages for the colors, my will, a beginner's luck, 2 lamentable relics, and a locket with a likely lass's portrait. She never quite smiles. Okay, so I need some mushroom wine to take to Vanderbite, which hopefully would be listed in the journal. Yes, thank you. Eleanor has made several accomplishments. Explored a bit of the Undersea, found Abbey Rock, the Avid Horizon, the Chapel of Lights, Codex, Guider's Morn, Hunter's Keep, Mount Palmerston, they're in alphabetical order, Quaker's Haven, Shepherd Isles, Station 3, Vanderbite, and Whither. I've become acquainted with the sisters. I could recontract with the Blind Bruiser, but I don't know why. I have favor of the Antiquarian, of the Admiralty, and there is, the proposal that I turned down. My lineage, there's 4 captains previous to this one. Memoirs, have an elegant townhouse, and I'm a poet. I have 1 suspicion. Thanks, Blind Bruiser. Oh yes, objectives. Find my father's bones is my primary objective. I have a request to find Frostfound. That's actually from 2 people because I have a note that my navigator here also wants to visit Frostfound. The venturer here wants 7 strange catch or 7 hunting trophies. He's going to be waiting a long time. The tomb colonist wants wine in Venderbite. And yeah, that's the thing. I have attracted the attention of Salt and of Stone. And my father's bones, they're telling me to go to Nuncio, which I didn't make a note of. Interesting. I have a feeling I'm going to need a lot more notes. I'm going to get out my clipboard. Just give me a moment. Okay. Now I have my clipboard ready for so many notes. The first one of which is going to be Nuncio for father's bones. Okay. And miscellaneous. Request for passage. Almost safe. I'm not sure which one that is. Dreams of a lady bound for Polythreme. And, of course, my ongoing terror. So I'm going to start with the visit from Mr. Sachs. Midnight. A presence dominates your lodgings. Its fur-trimmed robe is the red of blood on snow. Over your chair hangs a familiar brown sack, bulging with offerings. Londoners give generously to the crimson beast of winter. Anything to be rid of it. The figure stares into the fireplace, smelling of soft musk and harsh ammonia. I require a sturdy vessel and a captain. Yours comes recommended. You will suffice. Okay, so the options are Mr. Sachs, take my service. An ancient contract. Words not to be spoken lightly. You may wish to wait until you have explored the main trading ports around London before doing this. Or, Mr. Sachs, take your leave. You will not be intimidated in your lone lodgings. There's no penalty for this. You'll be able to accept this contract at a later time of your choosing. I'm going to... You know what? I'm going to put this off for a bit longer. Because I think what I would really like to do is sell... I'm going to disable the... Actually, no, I'm not going to disable the tutorial. I'm not going to read the tutorial aloud. I'm just going to tell it to go away. Now, I want to sell my sapphires. So, we have Miss Plenty's Shipside Provisioners, which will not buy my glorious sapphires. Let's see. Probably the Wolf Stack Exchange. Oh yeah, there we go. They will buy for 90, which I call pretty darn good. So, I don't have 10, but hopefully I can sell all 3 of them at once. No, I can't. Yes, thank you for telling me about the money. Sell, sell, sell. And then I want to buy 10 mushroom wine. Which is all that I need right now, I hope. Let's see. Hunting trophy plus recent news for the Sisterhood. Sell sapphires in London is what I just did. Well, let's check the map. Let's pause and check the map. Okay, these are the places that I've found so far. Vanderbite is where I need to take this mushroom wine, so straight up there is going to be the thing. I need to find Frostfound, which should be up in these regions somewhere, but it moves around. It's always in the far north, so it'll be in one of these black portions up here, but exactly where, hard to say. Let's see, what else? Hunter's Eye not in Avid on first visit. Check again. Avid? When did I find Avid? Well, I think my best bet would be to go up to Vanderbite and then across to Station 3. Since I have something for each of them, and that will allow me to cover this bit of ocean that well, not ocean, this bit of Z that I haven't seen yet. So, I think I want more fuel and more food. So, London. Back to the shops. Ms. Plenty. I would like to buy, let's call it 2 more fuel. And 4 more supplies. Well, that's what I've got room for, so that's what I'm doing. I hope I have made okay. All right. So I think I'm gonna stop in at the Sisters. Rather than the lightship. As I can reduce a bit of my terror. By having dinner with one of the sisters. The parlor is empty. Alright, reconnoiter the island. Plunging cliffs, soft green lawns, a well tucked away in a fold of the grounds. Anything else? The sea's silence. Ships rarely come here. Nothing changes, even the weather. The house is the heart of the isle, the house and the sisters, but the Admiralty may be happy to know that nothing's changed, at least. The parlor is empty. Where are the sisters? The maid makes it clear, through a series of unwelcoming growls, that Phoebe, Lucy, and Cynthia are all three indisposed. No lunch today, apparently. But I have news! 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 Even when the sisters aren't feeling sociable, they can be tempted out of their lair by the smell of new stories. Knock and wait. You ask the sulphur-eyed maid to carry a few hints of your news to the sisters. Oddly enough, she comes back with a message that their headaches are cured and you're invited to lunch. A sailor is praying, and I no longer have any recent news. Okay, so I can lunch with Cynthia, who is the eldest, melancholy, pensive, occasionally dramatic. Lucy, the middle sister, sunny, relentless, prone to giggles. Or Phoebe, soft voice, watchful, unpredictable. So I'm going to have lunch with Lucy because that will reduce my terror. A daft tale. Lucy leans over and whispers to you confidentially, a complex story about a butler, a pig, and an inheritance. You don't follow all the details of the plot, but somehow the pig ends up in an attic and the butler in a vicar's bed. Candles flicker, dishes enter and leave, and the wind butts gently at the window panes. By the time the plum pudding arrives, you're as cheerful as you've been in months. I lost 10 terror, and now I'm at level 27, which is counted as nervous. I've become acquainted with the sisters, but something has changed. Gained a supplies, lost 48 hunger, have a memory of distant shores, and Stone is paying attention to me. Well, he was already paying attention to me, so I'm just gonna have to live with that, I guess? I hope I can continue to live with that. Alright. Thank you, ladies. Alright, it's time to go. And we pull out in the appropriate direction, I believe. Yes. So, chug-a-lug, keeping an eye out for monsters or pirates. Oh, man. How do I turn off the light again? Because I don't really want to get in combat. Oh, they missed me. Thank you for telling me about the bat and the engines and all. Let us dock. There. Oh, interestingly. Don't you dare forget me. You stand on the bridge with the Likely Lass's locket in your hand. Okay. Keep it. It's a risk for both of you. Shorebound lovers grow lonely, and Z-captains die young. Or throw it away. With enough time and effort, you could break her heart, or she yours. I'm going to keep it. Close your hand over the locket. The Z air is cold, but the heat of your blood has warmed the metal of the locket. Keep it close. I lost 1 terror, and I now have a sweetheart in London. She might be a spy, but that's okay. Alright, so I'm going to provide what I have promised, which is what I brought the mushroom wine all the way over here for. The tomb colonists of Venderbite have few pleasures remaining. Their new home is an echoing palace of rare dust. Perhaps you can help a little. So, I can provide wine. Your former passenger waits on dock. They've brought friends. Thirsty friends. Okay, this would lose me the mushroom wine, which is as I expected, and is unlocked when tomb colonists is Or I can provide wine and join the celebration. Your former passenger and their friends would be delighted if you'd raise a glass with them. You know what? I'm going to go with that one. I'm going to celebrate with them. Carouse. A hiatus. You're somewhere dark. Something happened. There are moths. What are these things? What are all these things? Why is the tutorial blank? Brought wine to Venderbite and drank it with the passenger. Gained 5 terror. Gained 2 lamentable relics. I have an outlandish artifact. I now have a second Soothe and Cooper long box. 1 Tale of Terror. 1 Devil Bone dice. Lost a crew member. And I don't have the mushroom wine anymore. I'm going to count that crew member as deceased. So I'm actually going to take a moment here. We're gonna go over here. And the death tracker is getting used very early indeed. So, we have lost a crew member. That is unfortunate. Well, continue. I was hoping that that would reduce my terror, not increase it. Alright. The tomb colony of Venderbite. On deck, you can hear the sound of 1,000 bandaged dead make as they shuffle and cough. It's something like the world's most restless concert audience, or the world's most plague-ridden cathedral. Alright, there is a dusty glass of wine. Venderbite is not the most promising place for shore leave. Too much decay, too little light, too many bandaged walking corpses, few companions of easy virtue, no cinnamon, no recent newspapers, very little pickled cave herring. So that would... yeah, that's unlocked with having, at least 25 terror, of which I have 35. And 50 echoes. Ugh. I could visit the first curator. Z-Captains, the first curator gives audience. The first curator is responsible for the preservation of the tomb colonies. It has been here much longer than London, like all of the oldest tomb colonists. But even tomb colonists dissolve in the end. Its time is close. I don't actually have anything for the first curator, so I won't be doing that. I am seriously considering spending the 50 echoes to reduce my terror. There is Gather Gossip, who's plotting what out in the tomb colonies. And there is the last tour operator. Ho, Captain! I have 12 sad and bandaged souls here. They're choosing their final fate. Will you take them on one last diversionary tour? It may be a longish trip. Make sure you have enough supplies. This will replace 12 supplies with 12 tomb colonists, who you'll need to take to 3 destinations in the Intersea. View your objective, tomb colonist quality, to learn the destination for each visit. Oh, Lord, no. I need those supplies. Wow, that's a lot. Alright, let's gather some gossip. Along the coasts of the Untersee, it's remarkably hard to die. The decrepit and nearly dead who leave London become tomb colonists and settle here in bandaged peace. But they don't give up their ties to home or their politics. You gather a haul of complex clues, enough to keep your contacts in London interested. I now have a port report for Venderbite. No, I don't think I'm gonna go for the dusty glass of wine. It would be nice to reduce my terror, but that is rather pricey, and I think I can do it for less in London. Which I need to go back to get a new... I need to get another member of crew. 8 is, as far as I remember, the ideal number for keeping the ship running at optimum. So I am not going to be able to but what I will do is I'm gonna try going over here and see if by swinging over this side I can avoid the pirates and the bats. Whoop. Yeah, and if I go this way, I will find out what's ahead of me. The glossy chop of dark water, the iron clatter of feet at the hatchway. No, 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 no. Not going to put in... Ow. Well, I did take 5 points of hull damage out of that. Unfortunate. There we go. A much shorter trip than I expected. An inspection by the Ministry of Public Decency. Some things are too illegal for the Customs Service to admit the existence of. The Ministry are here looking for those. Alright, so there is nothing to hide. You shrug and invite them to search your ship as thoroughly as they would like, which is unlocked with no more than 0 firkin of red honey, no more than 0 gift for the Pirate King, no more than 0 vials of red honey. Or there's gentle encouragement. You would never deem of impeding their duty, but surely there are other more dangerous ships on the Untersea. I have no concerns. I really have no concerns. So, you know, go ahead, boys. They leave scuff marks on the nearly scrubbed decks and take great pleasure in tangling the rigging. They find nothing more dangerous than moldy ship's biscuit. I have lost the point of suspicion that I had. Excellent. Okay, so the lights of London welcome you home. So let's collect messages from the Harbor Master. Something has changed in the Neath. Someone wants to sign on. The blind bruiser has departed. That's all for now, and I have a free evening, and the Rose Market bustles on Roser's Wharf. Who will be there today? It looks like the Clatteriere is back. So my terror is high enough that I have restless nights now, which is unfortunate. In the watches of the night, you pad softly past the hatch to the crew quarters. I should definitely try to do what I can to reduce my terror. So, I believe that restless nights will help to reduce terror, so I'm gonna try it. In the watches of the night, you pad softly past the hatch to the crew quarters. A man cries out softly in his sleep, desperately. Another. Alright, inquire about their dreams the next morning. What did they see? Which is a modest challenge with a 67% chance of success. Or I can ignore them. The captain can't be seen to take these things seriously. I will take the modest challenge, and I will cross my fingers and hope. Eyes and a face. The whole Neath lit up like a snuffer's mask. There's something in the roof, Captain. It's the roof. It's watching us. Eyes and a face. Eyes and a face. You have him subdued. No discipline this time, but you require your first officer to keep an eye on him. Failure in the challenge gained another point of terror, but 10 more fragments. Yay! Well, that definitely did not go how I hoped. Okay, well, I'm going to visit my lodgings and read the morning papers. The Unexpurgated Gazette, the magazine formerly known as the London Magazine, the Spiteful Trumpeter. News. The Khanate is threatening war. They always are. London's colonies on the Carnelian coast want independence. They always do. The Untersee, the papers report, has undergone another alteration. Not yet it hasn't. You'd know. Oh, a promotional coupon for Mrs. Plenty's Provisioners for a half cask of salt herring. You could use that. I have one recent news. I gained a supply. I've lost a terror. Okay, I could rest in my elegant townhouse. A pleasant interlude. Resting here will reduce your terror, heal 2 wounds, and give you 2 restful nights if you do not already have some. Costs 100 echo? Man. Let's see. Setting aside the Clatteriere, let's go to the Admiral. Vital intelligence, which I don't have. Appeal to not have to go to Frostfound. You know what? Submit port reports. I only have the 2, but it's better than nothing. So, Hunter's Keep. I trust the sisters are keeping well. They are citizens of her enduring majesty, notionally. So, you know, 5 echo, but a fuel. And Venderbite, what have the newly dead been up to then? 10 echo and a fuel. I don't need to further speak to the Admiral. I don't think I have anything for the Alarming Scholar. Hold on a moment. To my study. Once your lodgings are large enough to support a study, you can create items such as an ironclad will, a whispering trophy cabinet, or the Zong of the Z. Now, I did pick up something. Shrine to Stone, Gods of Salt, something or other, Captivating Treasure, Secret. Anatomical Cabinet. let's see, 1 supply, 7 lamentable relic, of which I have 4, and 7 secrets. There's the serene aquarium, 1 supply, 1 live specimen, and 7 secrets. Monstrous almanac, 7 outlandish artifacts, of which I have 1, and 7 secrets. Whispering trophy case, which is 7 strange catch and 7 secret. Or adorn your lodgings with captivating treasures, 10 echo, an ironclad will, 11 heirloom, and 1 captivating treasure. Convert a collection of outlandish artifacts into an heirloom. 10 outlandish artifacts, of which I have 1, 20 echo, a will, and less than 11 heirlooms, yeah. Or Write the Song of the Z, which has so much stuff I'm not going to be reading to all y'all. Sorry about that, it's a lot. Okay, well, let's go to the shipyard. Now, this is the one that I have. The next one up is 3,000 echoes, although it's 2,000 if I trade in my existing ships. That's probably not going to happen for me. Not unless I get an astonishing amount of money from somewhere. Well, let's check out what's going on at Roser's Wharf. The Rose Market caters to collectors and eccentrics, anyone with exotic tastes and the gumption to harass Z-captains. According to the archaic rules of the market, you can only make 1 trade per visit. Choose wisely. The honey-addled detective is collecting watchful curios. Nearby, a puppet theater is performing The Gardens of the Serpent. The detective watches idly while waiting for sellers. And a jovial contrarian is purchasing long boxes. His wheeled chair squeaks through the crowd. As all visitors to the Rose Market must, he carries a mirror. He's painted over the glass, though, with the face of a bat. Or escort some interested acquaintances to the Rose Market. They hope to make a satisfying trade. This will usher in a new day and will reset the buyers. I have 2 long boxes, and as far as I know, I only need 1. So I'm going to sell one of my long boxes to the jovial contrarian. How much? What? For this? Allow me to explain a fundamental principle of economics. He argues over the cost, the box's condition, and whether the wood is walnut, poplar, or elm. Then he shakes your hand enthusiastically and happily pays every penny of your original price. A pair of market attendants, puffing beneath their unwieldy horse masks, help him carry it away. Gained 150 echo, and the Rose Market has closed. I cannot carouse for an evening because I've got a sweetheart. How unfortunate. There is the clattery air. Consider a specialist surgeon. She is staying at a respectable boarding house near the docks and has made it known that she is available for work. I specialize in amputations. It's easy to acquire unwanted appendages at sea. I can employ her which would increase my hearts and my iron. My iron is my lowest stat. My hearts are okay. Obviously, my pages are the best. And she costs 30 echo, which I am happily going to pay. Welcome aboard. She comes with a bag full of knives and her own personal sharpening stone. Don't touch these. Don't let anyone else touch them. Appoint my new officer. Yep. Okay, so officers. Clattery Air goes into the doctor slot. I have 3 officers now. Whoa! And they won't touch each other. Okay. Setting aside the visit from Mr. Sachs, which I am going to ignore for the moment, I think I'm going to have to rest in my townhouse, despite it being extremely expensive, because my terror is getting rather concerning. So I'm going to rest in the elegant townhouse for a rather large amount of money. Sleep early, rise late. Take the air in Tyrant's Gardens. Take coffee at Caligua's Coffee House. Take advantage of a Z Captain's reputation. You could get used to this. Lost 100 echo, lost 15 terror. I'm now down to wary instead of nervous, and I have 2 restful nights, which may be useful later. Now, where do I get my ship? Where do I get my ship repaired? I could have sworn it was at the shipyard. But that is definitely not the case. Like, these are all places where I can buy equipment, which is nice, but how do I repair? I've forgotten. Oh no. Maybe it's one of these things in here. No, it is not. Is it perhaps... Is it maybe at the Admiralty? Ask for fuel, submit a chart, ask what he needs, return to the docks. Oh! Ha! Well, I could have caroused. Okay, how much would it cost for repairs or sometimes other purposes? $75 for lead beater and stain rod. 100. You know what? I think I think I'm going to be living with the 5 damage for a bit. Alright, I do have to hire on more crew, so... Sensible sailors are looking for a safe run to the tomb colonies, or at least a sane run to the southern archipelago. You'll need to buy drinks, spread around hiring fees, look for daredevils. Rich pickings, your tall tales find a ready audience. Scarred and seasoned men and women tramp aboard and find places to sling hammocks. I succeeded in a hearts challenge. I lost 30 echo, I've lost a terror, and I gained 2 crew? Oh, okay. That's not what I was... I only needed 1. Do I spend another 10 echo for a bit of carousing to reduce my terror further? Yes. There's no danger here. Try to enjoy yourself. This will reduce your terror. Marvelous night out. Sea shanties, fine food, and the warmth of a pub fire, and something more. I was fortunate. I lost 5 terror, which makes me now 14 at Wary. Lost 30 echo? Ugh. I have 2 recent news now, and I lost a free evening. That night in Wolfstack, you find yourself sharing a table with someone whose name you do not afterwards recall. Your only love is the Z. You'll take comfort where you find it, but that's all there is. Or the likely lass. Don't think I came down to the docks just to see you. I've got business here. But, all right, it did cross my mind that you might drop by. Oh, yes, we're going with her. We're going with her. A few hours together, shared warmth, new memories. It's harder to say goodbye this time. Lost another 10 terror. I'm down to 4. It's the lowest I've been since my life started. Okay. Well, it is definitely time to take to sea again. Lots of food. I think I want more fuel. So let's go buy some more fuel. Yeah, the money, she goes down and down. Alright, I'm going to pause for the moment. So, I think what I want to do is sail over to Station 3. So, straight across and then up, I guess? Seems like the best thought. Alright, to sea. It's just as well. Station 3 here, I have a feeling might increase my terror. Gonna trend downwards just a little bit so that I can go around this island. And I'll swing up. The fog can be useful, but I don't need to do that. Wait a minute here. No landlubber would notice the change, but you feel the air prickle in your skin. Something new. On the horizon, a sickly yellow light glimmers for a moment, then fades. Yeah, if I just keep on this diagonal. Taking care not to run into the islands. Or any creatures. My guns are terrible. My hull is fragile. I really don't want to get into combat. Okay, according to the map, I'm going straight at it right now. So assuming I don't have to detour around anything, I just need to keep going. I worry about that extra Zailer. It means I'm going to go through food faster. Distant bells. Wait, here we are. I bring you a long box. We may infer a Station 1 and a Station 2. We may conjecture a Station 4. Station 3, machinery hums behind high steel walls. Up the hill, there are visible outlines of warehouses and a building with a spire, but the lamps are low where they burn at all, and your ship is the only one in the harbor. Alright, I can deliver a long box. The only way past the walls is an unimposing but sturdy-looking triple-locked gate, silvery metal. A sign beside it reads Deliveries. The gate stands open. You need a long box to enter Station 3 and explore further. Or I can search for signs of other visitors. It never hurts to know what you are up against. This is a tough challenge with only a 37% chance of success. Now, considering that a 67% chance of success just failed very recently, I'm not feeling so good. So I'm going to take this long box and deliver it. Need a long box to enter Station 3 and explore further. There are no deliveries. There are no stevedores, however, and no wagons waiting to help with the heavy cargo. There is only a sign which reads Deliveries and a painted hand which points insolently up a rock-cut staircase. This long box looks remarkably like a coffin, doesn't it? Make a delivery. There is cargo in the hold, marked for this destination. A long, low, heavy box. It'll be fun getting it up the stairs, no doubt. Alright. Up a twisting staircase. There's a great deal of grumbling from the crew. The stairs are sharp-edged and wet. The box is heavy, and its contents inclined to shift. After a few slips and a bad bruise to the shin, you resort to placing crew members along the stairs and handing a box along. There is a warehouse at the top of the stairs, but it is not, apparently, your destination. Another sign points along the narrow path towards the building with the spire. Deliveries, it says, more aggressively this time. Someone in the spired building is singing. The song sets your teeth on edge. An occurrence. Your Station 3 trading in long boxes quality is now 1. You have a long, heavy box, a winding path ahead that runs perhaps a quarter mile through the mist, a crew that is beginning to mutter about having to do landlubber work. There's a warehouse just to your right, but the sign says deliveries are to be taken onward, says it rather emphatically, as a matter of fact. Break into the warehouse and leave the box there. The sign says deliveries, but that doesn't mean the deliverers are obliged to comply. This is a chancy challenge, with a 60% chance of success thanks to my veils being 25. There is carry the box on to the building with the spire. Going the extra distance might mean you can charge more for your efforts, which is a very chancy challenge, with a 46% chance of success thanks to my low iron. Or send ahead to the building for extra hands. If they want the boxes delivered, they can do it themselves. That is tempting. I'm not loving the chances on either of these. I shall be a coward. Send ahead to the building for extra hands. Telling as it is, The closer you get, the less the building with the spire looks like a church. The walls are soot-blackened and made of brick. There are no windows, only narrow vents up near the roof. From these comes a low and cheerful singing. At last you are close enough to bang on the door. An austere acolyte answers it. She is dressed in black from head to foot. Her gloves are thick leather and her goggles are double glass. She continues singing right up to the moment that she has to acknowledge you. Leave the boxes... She stops, pushing the goggles away from her eyes. She has noticed, perhaps for the first time, that there are no boxes. Deliveries come all the way up here, she says, before singing again. You indicate that your crew is unaccustomed to that sort of work. She looks as exasperated as a person can while continuing to sing about rabbit's feet and edible emeralds, but alas, she says she'll see to it if you can lead her servants to the correct landing. I now have 1, Station 3 earning the Acolyte's favor. Oh, I need to continue bringing long boxes? Not much later, you are standing in the mist, watching a parade of claymen. They hoist the boxes on their shoulders and march away, surprisingly quiet, towards the building with the steeple. An austere acolyte leads them, her lamp swinging on a chain. Follow, because you haven't yet been paid. These folks seem disorganized. Who's to say they'll remember to bring you payment? Follow, because you're curious. The shipment would appear to be something other than provisions in the ordinary sense. Or follow because the singing has got into your bones. The austere acolyte sings all the time, when she is not speaking. The words of the song bother and fascinate and compel. Oh, I choose avaricious because curiosity will get you killed in this world. I haven't been paid, so I will follow. The etiquette of bill collecting. You follow the procession at a polite distance, but not so polite as to suggest that you'd be willing to go away. The austere acolyte directs the arrangement of the long box in the room under the steeple. There are many other boxes there already, stacked in rows, 3 or 4 times as many as you have brought. In another corner of the room is a pile of wood from previous boxes already emptied and dismantled. Singing to herself about a mountain upholstered in velvet, she takes a crowbar to the box. The corpse inside is permanently dead, in a way the dead of London often are not. Not a drownie, not a tomb colonist, but not coming back either. It looks pale and ordinary, except for the slight distension of the skin over the breastbone. Gently, the acolyte presses there and nods, singing about tulips embroidered with yellow floss. She lifts the body onto a marble slab. Without pause in her lyrics, she prepares a scalpel. Your presence does not seem to bother her. Watch. You've never heard of this practice before. Don't watch. You can wait by the door. Or watch with medical interest. Whatever she is about to do, it's sure to be anatomically informative. A very chancy challenge, which has a 44% chance of success because my hearts are under 40. Oh, this is a tricky one. I mean, I personally am terribly interested, so this is probably going to be a bad idea, but I'm going to watch. Metal in metal. The austere acolyte extracts deftly and with very little blood a heart-sized spear of silver-grayed metal. With a giant nutcracker, she cracks the spear, and another spear inside that, and another. Finally, in the center, she comes to something heavy, small, and black. She lifts it out with tongs and looks at it through her goggles. The song falters, but she manages to keep humming, though the words are lost. She puts the black and heavy thing into a jar marked with the word of the correspondence. She closes the jar and seals it with red wax. Finally, when the corpse is removed again and the marble slab wiped clean, she comes to pay you. "Thank you," she says. "Return another day. I may have something else for you." I've gained a secret. My trading in long boxes quality is now 3 somehow. I've earned more favor. I have 3 favor somehow. And I've lost the long box. Okay. Errand mind for the acolytes. From time to time, she'll admit that there's something you can do for her. Or inside the little gate. The inner port is open to you now, although it is clear your welcome is conditional. I'm going to try inside the little gate. Deliver a long box. If I had a long box, I would. Return later. Other acolytes move between the buildings, singing softly, but none of them seems inclined to speak to you at this moment. Or exchange a long box for a heart metal ingot. What use is heart metal to you? But then, what use is a long box? Perhaps you imagine the whisper at shoulder. What use indeed is a heart? When you turn, there's only the ragged flirting of the wind. Okay, thank you. Back to the dock. Down the steep stairs, the song of the acolytes fades behind you, but still you find yourself humming their odd melodies. Perhaps there will be more to do here another time. I mean, I hate to do it so soon, but errands for the acolyte? Guarding the yard, she asks you to keep a night watch on the dump where she throws away the unused heart stuff. A very modest challenge, 74% chance of success. Deliveries to the smith, heart metal for the smith. Why the claymen can't deliver it you don't know. This is unlocked with not being acquainted to the heart metal smith, and when something awaits. Deliveries to the smith. She piles up a crate full of discarded heart metal if you're willing to be made to fetch and carry now. This is like if I've already met the dude. A present. She's in search of new music to sing at her work. You could scramble together some pages. That's 200 fragments, and I only have 60. A novel present. She's in search of new music to sing at her work. You could write some. This is a very chancy challenge, which only has a 44% chance of success, despite my pages being 56. Okay, you know what? Let's try delivery to the smith. Matter for weapons. The smithy is a long, low building that you missed on your first survey of the island. The blacksmith works, it proves, entirely in heart metal, though it is so hard and cruel that it wears his tools out quickly. Nothing like it for weaponry, he says. Does more damage than any ordinary steel, and a little bit of the shrapnel will give you trouble to the end of your days. That's all for now. Gained 3 more favor, my goodness. Her favor is easy to earn. And I have become acquainted with the heart metal smith. Okay. Well, that was certainly a thing. And I'm going to find my pen wherever I left it. And I'm going to make a note saying, take any long boxes to Station 3. Yes. Obviously this is only good for this lifetime, but who knows how long this lifetime will last. Okay. Now, I really have not explored around here very much. So why don't I swing around this way and then head back towards London this way? Yeah. Yeah, I like this plan. Whoop. No, I want to go this way. creeping tendrils of fungus, seaweed, and unnameable flora, we enter the snares. You know, I don't think I've ever been to the snares before. Unless this is the place with the extremely solid lily pads. I'm gonna send out the Z-Bat, just in case there's anything to find. Nope. I'm being watched. Shepherd's Wash, the salty hinterland of London, home to hermits, nuns, and shadowy business. Z-Bat sees nothing. As I'd like to... yeah, there we are. I'd like to put in at Fieldhaven. It's not a profitable trip if I haven't been able to generate a field report. Shepherd Isles. Sheep, lichen, standing stones. Of course, the bearded watchman tells you there are no actual shepherds on the Shepherd Isles. Sheep are mostly illegal here. No, indeed, it's just the name of the gentleman that found the islands. Greybeard, sitting in the village square, nods solemnly. No sheep, one says, but plenty of tails. Ask us anything. Okay, so the options here. A picnic at the Standing Stones. The bearded villagers will sell you mutton stew and kefir, and stone bottles of cold, fresh spring water, and row you over to the stones. This is 5 echo and 1 terror. Tales of the Standing Stones. The bearded villagers are happy to talk about the local sights. Well, sight. Tales of the 3 graves. Who sleeps beneath the turf over on that island to the northwest? Tales of Thornwell Croft. What about that isle to the north? The one that isn't bridged? The rest of the Z. Rest of the Z, the bearded watchman scoffs. Here's where you need to be. We don't talk about the rest of the Z. But a sniveling Kiteliff draws you aside. I got something for you, he promises, but I'll need some of that good stuff from London. A lot of the good stuff. That would be 7 supplies and 2 casks of mushroom wine, which I do not have. Compile a port report. Oh, yes, my yes. There's been goings on. And there is the sigil-ridden navigator is here. Hey, let me guide your ship. I know all the Z, how it was, how it will be. Please, the headaches will only stop while I'm working. Now, this is a navigator, but I have a navigator. And as I remember, yeah, he's a little pricey. Okay, so let's compile a port report. In the bleak light of the false stars, surface rolling like a porridge pot, up with a roar of steam and a flash of fire, 3 widows swim in, tentacles, and then we saw His Highness. There's rather a lot of this material. But I do have a port report now. I'm considering a picnic at the Standing Stones. That sounds like fun. But let's have a tale of the Standing Stones first. True as I stand here. They were sisters from the sisterhood over on Abbey Rock. Came here hunting a renegade who served the god called Stone. Ran her to ground here, and she called on the god. And the god struck all them pillars of rock. Blah. Stand close and quiet, and you'll hear him weepin'. Gained 1 tale of terror, gained 1 terror. Now I'm wary. And I can't go picnicking now. Oh, that's a pity. I will not be engaging the navigator. So, let us take a moment. Yes, I think what I want to do is straight south and hopefully uncover this bit. And maybe get a port report from Abbey Rock. So there is something over here besides just the crab. Oh, that's Station 3 again. Ah, startling. That's just because of the crab. Here we come to Abbey Rock, where I don't have anything to drop off. Luminescent beasts like eyeless dolphins play in your wake. Here, the Grimm sisters' lair. Abbey Rock, a black spit of an island, far from anywhere anyone would want to go. And that is how the sisterhood likes it. Here stands their fortress convent. There are bear traps that look friendlier than this. Okay, so there are trade supplies. Resources are limited on this bleak rock. The sisterhood will pay a fair price for supplies. Not a good price, mind. They will pay me exactly 20 echoes, which is exactly what I pay for supplies, so it doesn't tempt me. Compile a port report. It's unlikely to be eventful. Knock at the iron-studded gates with news. Perhaps they'll find it valuable. Watch the convent. Wait a while and see. Or offer a gift to reduce terror. The sisterhood respects two things: unswerving decades of fidelity to a wholly secret purpose, and the ability to shoot straight. Perhaps you can demonstrate the second. Well, I certainly can't demonstrate the first. Okay, compile a port report. As always, nothing is happening. The sisters watch us. We feel their eyes. The sea crashes on the rocks, withdraws. The fortress stands stolid as the last year of a century. The greatest peril you risk here is a certain purpleness of prose. Alright, let's try offering them news, since I can't offer them a hunting trophy. Knock at the gate with news. Brief attention. The muscular prioress, the abbess's lieutenant, comes to the door to listen. She nods and makes notes. She pays particular attention to news of marsh beast predations and the traffic of the rooftops. In return, she offers a rather perfunctory blessing, but the blessing reassures your crew. I lost recent news. I've also lost 2 terror. Okay, all right. I could have sworn I had 2 news, but I guess I only had the 1. Let's try watching the convent. Like huge and deadly herons, the sisters stalk along the very tops of the walls. You watch through a spyglass as they leap and whirl, slashing at each other with a variety of frightening weapons. God, one of them just turned a somersault. Very, what is the right word? Monastic, I guess. Gain 5 fragments, at least. Okay. Planning right along. I might as well go to Venderbite. That should take me through that square that I haven't explored. Oh no, there's a Jilly. Oh no, it saw me. Okay. As long as I keep chugging. Fuel's getting a little low. Go by Cant's Abyss. Hopefully don't attract the attention of those bats. Just try very, very hard to keep my terror down. We have returned to Venderbite. Someone trying to get your attention. One of the tomb colonists takes an obvious interest in your crew, specifically the clattery air. Ah, right. I'm going to... You know what? I'm gonna go with the someone trying to get attention. Voiceless. The tomb colonist draws you a little way from the clattery air. Don't tell her you met me, he says in a hoarse rasp. Her mother cut my voice. Hoped to fix it so I wouldn't be able to look for my daughter. So I wouldn't want to, he wheezes. Didn't work. Operation's never completely effective. Need to know my daughter's well, happy, finding enough patients, getting enough to eat, and so forth. In exchange for the simplest news, he explains himself. I'm her father, he says. Ordinary engineer, not the sort of parent she would want. If you wish to tell the heir about this encounter, you can do so by speaking with her. Okay. My familiar with the clattery heir's father quality is now 1. Okay, can't do a dusty glass of wine, don't have enough terror, yay. Gather some gossip. Along the coast of the Untersee, it's remarkably hard to die. It's the same text. But it's a port report, and those are worth fuel. Alright, let's explore Venderbite. Let's see what happens. Here, they favor candlelight over gaslight. The shadows are swagged like cobwebs. The tomb colonists stand still enough to be mistaken for sculpture until they laugh or cough. 1 building in 3 seems abandoned. The builders of this place worked with great slabs of neath-wall stone, carved with blank-eyed, unsmiling faces and blocky, stoic serpents. Okay, so I have 2 options here. I can search warily. The Neath is rarely gentle. Treat this place as enemy territory. This is a tough challenge with a 37% chance of success off my mirrors. Or picnic. Creepers climb the shattered pyramid. An owl blinks at you from an idol's mouth. In the undergrowth, a cave lizard munches decorously on a white cricket. This place seems peaceful. Rest a while. That would cost 1 supply, but it's better than a tough challenge, so I will spend the supply. Wine and sea bread. You and your comrades find stones to perch on and munch laver bread, truffles, and herring. Someone passes a bottle of Greyfields, an adequate vintage. White crickets buzz in the weeds. A shiver of wind passes, and then the air is still, with that absence of chill that passes for warmth down here. 2 sailors compare tattoos. Your head swims pleasantly with the wine. That's all for now. I've lost 2 terror. Still wary. Lost 1 supply. Now, I could take this opportunity. Let's speak to the clattery air. I should have done that earlier, but... She works with 2 scalpels at a time, or with scalpel and a tined instrument, pinning open the flesh she's working on. Her operations are brisk and yield very little blood. I can invite her to dine with me. Does she wield a fork the way she wields a surgical instrument? I can tell her about meeting her father. She should know the truth. This is unlocked. Oh boy. There's so many different ways of unlocking this. I just have to stumble across one. I can increase my hearts. The best way to extract a secret is to offer one in return. So I could increase my hearts by 1 for a secret. Or I can proposition her, despite her ironical eye. I am not going to proposition her. My supplies are a little low, so I'm not going to invite her to dine at the moment, but the next time that I am someplace where supplies are a decent price, I am absolutely going to do that. So, let us leave this place. What am I getting the alert from? I don't like it. I mean, that pirate ship is still probably around here somewhere. I don't know about the bats. Oh, there are the bats. Blasted bats. My hull! Ugh. I don't know why I bother to leave my light off when they're already mad. Okay, definitely do not want anything to do with that over there. I am definitely gonna have to get repairs now. I worry about how low my fuel is. Returning to London. The lights of London welcome me home. Let's collect some messages from the harbour master. Something has changed underneath. someone wants to sign on. And I've gotten a free evening and the Rose Market is back up again. Someone is looking to sign on? Maybe. Well, let's have a look at the Rose Market. A dauntless temperance campaigner is purchasing live specimens. She comes here to protest against the shadow puppet production of the honey harvest, but she's also known to buy caged specimens. And the jovial contrarian is back purchasing long boxes again. Let's take in our port reports. Submit some port reports. Vendor bite. Bit more money, free fuel. Now, the Shepherd Isles is a weird place where you can choose to submit as fact or to submit as hearsay. Submitting as fact is a high-risk challenge with only an 18% chance of success. So I'm going to submit it as unsubstantiated hearsay. I never set foot on that isle, officer. Friendly scoffing. I agree, it does seem implausible. So many of the stories from that place do. Still, there's a little gold of truth in the mud of rumor from time to time. Your payment, Captain. Alright, gained 10 echo. I have a new accomplishment, surveyed the Shepherd's Isles, and gained a fuel. Okay. Abbey Rock. We categorize it as a military installation, you know, although that has occasioned some quite vigorous debate. Okay. Gained 20 echo. And a fuel. Okay, I will leave. We'll go to my lodgings and read the morning papers. The Echo Bazaar, that enigmatic marketplace, has increased its tax on love stories. The traitor empress has forbidden singing in the street outside her palace. The anarchists of the Calendar Council have inexplicably dynamited a drinking fountain. The Ministry of Public Decency has located and destroyed a nest of gallbladder wasps. One recent news, fragments unchanged, lost to terror. No free supplies, though, alas. So, back to the rest of the city. I could carouse. I do not need more crew. A new recruit awaits my attention. I'm not sure I really want to do that, but let's have a look. Who awaits my attention? The Presbyterate Adventuress. Afternoon, Captain. Looking for a gunnery officer? I'd like to help you blow up some monsters if you'll have me. The Adventuress is a gunnery officer who increases iron and veils. Well, my veils could use some help, but... 50 echoes. Or Maybe's daughter. At the end of the rotting dock, a woman perches on a suitcase. Both she and the suitcase are noticeably cleaner than everything else in view. Hello, where are you headed? On second thoughts, I don't mind. Can I come aboard? Yes, I'm an engineer, but I'm an engineer in a hurry. Maybe's daughter is an engineer who increases veils, iron, and engine power. Ooh. And she only costs 30 echo. But that would increase my veils, my iron, and my ship's speed. For only 30 echoes? That's really good. Yes, Maybe's daughter shall be joining us. Welcome aboard. If anyone comes looking for me, well, I'm not accepting callers. Can I trust you to pass that on? You don't want them distracting me from my duties. Appoint my new officer. Lost 30 Echo. No more recruits. Alright, officer. Oh, she's adorable. Look at her. Okay. Let's talk to her. Speak to Maybe's daughter. Perhaps you don't entirely trust her, but she keeps the engines turning, and she's hard to dislike. I can invite her to dine with me. It's a lovely idea. How about a fish dinner? I do have quite particular tastes in fish, which is unlocked with supplies and a strange catch. Oh boy. She will increase my veils if I tell her a secret. Or I can proposition her. What a coincidence. I was about to suggest the same thing. She has no interest in tediously sincere lovers. Ensure your veils is at least 20 points higher than your hearts. Well, that's not going to be happening, so I'm going to try being loyal to my sweetheart. And I'm not going to get to know her very quickly because Strange Catch is difficult. Especially since I don't have a gunnery officer. Doom-de-doom-de-doom. I'm still going to continue ignoring the visit from Mr. Sachs. I could go carousing. But I think it's more important to repair the ship. Chancy challenge of 44% for 2 to 3 fuel and for 1 point of Admiralty favor. You know what? I have a lot of favor. I'll chance it. Success! The quartermaster is not usually friendly, but you have enough sailors' jokes and harbor gossip to set her laughing nostalgically. She's remarkably liberal about the measurement of fuel. Succeeded in the Hearts Challenge, gaining 3 fuel! Only lost 1 favor. Still have 14. Now, ship repairs. There's Leadbeater and Stainrod. A fair job for a decent price, but have a reputation for cutting corners. For 75. C&H for reputation for reliable work for a slightly higher price. There's the Admiralty Yards, which will cost 25 and 3 favors. And then there's Rattus Faber Engineers. The Rats of Fallen London are remarkably skilled engineers, and they know ships well. They are not, however, reliable. Payment is in kind, not currency. This will repair some of your hull. How much? Difficult to say. It's a matter of luck. Pretty good odds. 70% chance of success due to my luck quality. And that will cost me 3 supplies, which is 60. And I can't have a cat, but I don't have a cat because cats are really quite expensive. So, pretty good odds on the luck for what is basically 60, or people who cut corners for 75. I'm going to take the 70% chance. Benevolent infestation. Rats sweep over your ship like tide. Day and night their tiny tools click. Your crews step over them cautiously. Eventually the rat tide withdraws. How good a job have they done? I've gained 55 hull, which takes me to full. Gained 5 terror, I'm wary. Lost 5 supplies. I am definitely going to need to buy a lot more supplies. Okay, to the shops. We need to buy food. Oh boy, I need to go north, north, north. That extra sailor is just, Hopefully, though, with the engineer, I can get away with a few things. So, I need to find Foxwine. So the best thing to do would be to hit Hunter's Keep and go north, skipping Venderbite entirely. So, is there anything else? No, I think... No, wait. I want to kind of hold on to the lamentable relics. But what if I sell them my outlandish artifact? Shaped by hands unknown in London. A careful scrutiny. We have something like that, they declare, but not very like that. Interesting. I have some ideas about suitable fees. 100 echo, lost an artifact, 2 favor with the antiquarian, and a fragment. You know what? Let's give him the memory of distant shores too. Wells of emotion. As the alarming scholar listens, tears well in the depths of those shining, or is it blazing, eyes. They overflow, splashing onto the desk blotter. Stop, they sob, at last. This is too beautiful. Allow me to bring the macaw of memories. I wish each individual tone recalled. I gained 10 echo, and my favor is increasing with the antiquarian, at least. They do not offer much for Z stories, as I remember, so I'm just gonna hang on to those. Well, I made back a little bit of money. So, gonna take the news to the sisters and gain some extra supplies. I try not to take advantage of this too often, because if you visit the sisters too often, it gets taken away, in a way. I mean, it's going to happen. It's just the fewer times you visit them, the longer you can put it off. Hello, Hunter's Keep. Reconnoiter the island. Alright. News! News! And now I can have lunch. I have a long sailing trip ahead of me, so I'm going to take the terror reducer. Lunch with Lucy. Tale of the Pig. Lost 10 terror, bringing me down to 9. Something has changed in my acquaintance with the sisters. Gained supplies. And I have more memory of distant shores. Stone, I still have Stone's attention. Blast. Please stop giving me the blank tutorial. No! I could go to the Sisterhood, but I'm not going to. I would prefer to attempt to outsail this bat swarm. Oh, for crying out loud. The good news is that I and the Gillifleur are the same speed as each other. Man, I just got this hull repaired, and now look at it. Stupid bats. Wait a minute, Boreal Reach. Sounds promising. You know what, why not stop in at Codex? The Isle of Codex, an Isle of Answers. Codex, a desperate cave full of mute exiles and an inexplicable colony of shivering, bad-tempered monkeys. Acquire a doomed monster hunter. Nope. Nope. This one has waited all of her life for a single answer. Give her that answer and she will be ready to lay down her life. With one searing enigma. Compile a port report. No one will speak. This is a challenge. The exiles see many come, fewer leave. Some are even willing to communicate, but their gestures are unfamiliar, the meanings unclear. Even when you can understand, these are answers without questions, as useless as a key without a lock. Thank you. Still, I have a port report now. Okay. It's gonna be easier to go around this side. I could stop in at Wither, but I'd rather find Frostfound. Oh, Lifeberg. No. No islands within the Z-Bat's range. I am worried about my fuel. Where am I? Well, let's go to the Avid Horizon then. I didn't buy enough fuel. I should have bought more fuel. Two vast winged shapes guard a gate of something like resin, smooth but uneven. Its deep gant, the color that remains when all other colors have been eaten. Ice crusts over the crack between its valves. Approach and your breath freezes, falls tinkling in shards from the air. It would be utterly foolish to touch the thing. A merciless wind blows from everywhere to everywhere. It passes without effort through your bridge coat, your flesh, your lungs. The dock lies empty. Okay, open the high gate is locked, thank God. A curious miscellany gathered from all across the wide Black Sea. Your companion knows how to use these materials. Complete a certain matter in London to achieve this. Look into the stars. Stars float in the mirrored night of the waves. Watch them a while. Gather intelligence, such as there is to gather out here where nothing moves. Or, you heard a story. The ice by the gate's edge. There was a whisper about a hunting quest and a final revenge. That would be unlocked with no more than 1 hunter's eye and 77 fragments. Okay, let's gather intelligence. Nothing moves. This stillness is itself of interest to the Admiralty. It is not impossible someone foolish might attempt to open the gate. It's not inconceivable that it might open from the other side. And what then? I've gotten a port report. All right. Let's check out this story. Behind the ice. Yes, this is what the rumors meant. A hunter frozen in the ice, hands contorted to claws, mouth agape. With her left hand, she had plucked her own eye from the socket. It lies very close to the surface of the ice. If the stories are true, there's a dark virtue in that eye. Take it, then, but perhaps you should put it in a jar. Okay, so now I have the eye. Eat the flesh of the deep lurkers and your eye will change. Assay? This cannot be sold in the London markets. No, Is the eye the color? I think... I remember that there was a color that I could get here at this gate. Beyond the gate there is a sea more sunless. What is this? The nature of these yellowish morsels is unclear, except that they are unlikely to be composed of deceased devils. They are kept in sealed canisters, possibly as ammunition. Yeah, okay. I need to go back to London. I dislike how low my fuel has gotten, and I don't know of any place between here and London that I can get more fuel. Oh no, I will not be putting in at the chapel today. Not with that thing there. I am very concerned about my fuel indeed. Can I buy fuel here? Maybe. Compile a port report. Sigil-ridden navigator is still here. Blast. Well, let's take a tale of Thornwell Croft. The wrong kind of people. The ones that farm up there, they're us, me and you. All the other versions of us. One with a trick leg, one that married his cousin, one that was buried alive. Characters out of another history. They're waiting up there and plotting, gathering allies, waiting to make their history ours. So don't go there. You won't find them anywise, being that they hides in the barn. Okay. Can't buy fuel here. More's the pity. Okay. Let's make as tight a turn as I can to try and avoid that ship there. Whoa. I mean, fighting that could get me a strange catch, but the problem is that I don't really have the oomph. So we're gonna put in at the Abbey. Compile a port report. Watch the convent? Nope, same as always. Okay, we're gonna sit here and we're gonna wait for that crab to lose interest. Because I don't have the fuel to engage in a battle. Like, I think I could defeat one of the little ones, but I just don't have enough fuel to chance it. Far enough, it's in the fog. Okay, I may yet make it back to London. There's the keep. Oh, for crying out loud, go away. I am definitely going to need more than 15 fuel to find Frostbound. Frostbound? I don't think I can afford enough fuel to find it. How to swing this? Alright, let's collect some messages. The Rose Market hasn't changed. Alright, let's start with the port reports. Hunter's Keep. 5 echo and a fuel. Unsubstantiated hearsay from the Shepherd Isles. Avid Horizon. 10 echo and a fuel. Codex. 20 echo and a fuel. Abbey Rock. 20 echo and a fuel. Off we go. I don't really have the money for another recruit, but I might as well have a look and see who's there. The Sigil-ridden Navigator has somehow gotten here from Shepherd's Crown ahead of me. I will not be doing that. Besides that, I already have a navigator. He's quite expensive. Let's go to the Alarming Scholar and offer them a memory of distant shores. 10 echoes. Have another. That's 2 fuels. I'm gonna hang on to the one that I have left in case I need it. I don't have anything else for them. Well, let's go to my lodgings and read the paper. That's the same one as before, but I did lose a terror. I could go carousing to try and reduce my terror, but my money is very low and I'm gonna need a lot of fuel. So oof. Okay. I'm feeling a little poor. Wish I still had that casket. I could sell the devil bone dice, but I don't know what else they're useful for, so I think I'm gonna hang on to them for now. Okay. Unless it is in here or along here, it's more likely to be over this way. As you can see, I haven't actually gone terribly far in this life yet. So well, I think the eye is the color that I need. So I should head up to Vanderbite. And then I guess across and up. It's hard to know what the best way of going about this is. Or perhaps I should skip it entirely and just... I need to find new ports. New ports are the most profitable to me. Which is why I'm going to be periodically sending the bat out on the off chance that I missed something. Multiple crabs. Not good. Thankfully, they're dumb. Oh, this has a new thing. Visit the Smith's Emporium. The rooms run back into the rock of the island, chamber after chamber of long-barreled machinery. Ask Smith about the life on the island. He doubtless has his own perspective. Or ask him about the heart metal suit. Pretend you heard a rumor about it, if you don't want to admit to snooping. Let's ask him about his life, sure. A disinclination to talk. He tells you that folk here keep themselves. He says he doesn't go up to the building with the steeple, and the acolytes hardly ever come down here. It sounds like a solitary sort of life. He claims he prefers it that way. When he turns back to his work, you see the chain of heart metal links he wears around his neck, and the closed locket that hang from it. Okay. Inside little gate. I certainly cannot generate a port report here. Alright, return later. Back to the dock. Well, since I spoke to the smith, apparently I can't do a favor for the acolytes, so... Whoop, wrong way. This way. There really is no good reason to go to Station 3 unless I have a long box. Let's see if the Z-Bat finds anything. Nope. Bat, anything? Okay. This must be Void's approach. The air crackles with frosty radiations. To the north, the false stars fail in the darkness. Terror's high. Palmerston's Reach. You know, I could do worse than stop by Mount Palmerston. A breath of change passes. Man, I wish this ship were faster. Oh man, they have the edge of a snowstorm over them. Oh, and danger, 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 danger. Whoa, whoa, no, 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 no. Whoop. Fancy ship like that wants me dead and can make me dead very easily. It's better to back into the island than it is to face up against her. I remember that much. It may have been a year, but some impressions really stick. Come on, Z-Bat, don't fail me now. I can't go far. This snowstorm's too much. Nope. The Fostic Corsair has noticed me, but they don't seem to be too interested in chasing me. I can stop back in at the Avid Horizon, I suppose. I'm just gonna have to wait until that snowstorm passes, I guess. And until the Fostic Corsair moves on. Right, port report. Okay, let's see if I can... The fact that the directions are based on the way that the ship is facing just messes me up every time. Okay, just keep on this way. Occasionally send out the bat. Oh, I wish I could go faster than this. Oh man, that Lifeberg is still there. I definitely cannot fight one of those. Oh, there's multiples. Well, let's put in at Codex. Compile a port report. Let's try to get to Wither. Assuming a Lifeberg isn't in my way. I dislike getting into this harbor. Ah, come on, ship. Come on, ship. Come on. Yes. Welcome to Wither. Behind the great arch over the bay, the pale wastes stretch, white and silent as the face of the moon. From here, you might almost imagine they were snow. North of the city, the salt pools fizz with unlikely color. Explore the town. Wither is a quiet, chilly town of gray stone and closed courtyards. The people are neither exactly unfriendly nor exactly hospitable. They have the irritating habit of answering a question with a question. Here and there are odd sights tucked away. So, I can gather intelligence. The citizens of Wither enjoy questions, so much that they always answer a question with another question. They can make intelligence gathering frustrating. Shore leave in Wither. The folk of Wither are quiet and sly and mystical. They subsist on cave fish and the dust-burrowing beasts of the waste. Their beer, however, is adequate. This is a straightforward challenge with a 93% chance of success. Would cost 50 echo to reduce my terror. Which is tempting. But yeah, I'm gonna gather intelligence. Are you asking for any particular reason? At what time of day? Is that your hat? Might it be sex? It could be sex. Eventually you cobble together enough implication and supposition to compose a report. Okay. You know what? I'm going to explore the town. A walk by the shore. The black Z whispers on the beach. Another soft sound is audible above the waves. A woman in an iridescent green gown waves vaguely from a rock near the shore. Sorrowful sighs waft across the water towards you. An idiot castaway? A mermaid? Of course not. Mermaids are a preposterous myth. Okay, so the choices are approach. The poor woman won't answer your hails, but she's obviously in need of assistance. Or avoid. She's probably a pirate or a drownie or someone's feral aunt. Now, in a previous life, I don't remember exactly how I found this out, but I found out that it's kind of a lure. It's a lure that is from a monster. So I'm going to avoid the feral ant. Sad sighs passed. She waves languidly as you move down the beach. A ghost, an eccentric bather? You'll never know. One memory of distance soars, and that's all for now. Okay, I'm going to pass up on the shore leave in Wither. I cannot justify. Alright. Let's hang as sharp a Yui as I can without hitting anything. Through the sensor's arch. Oh, and straight into a lifeberg. They don't like to come too close to shore, so if I hug the shore and keep my light off, it hopefully won't notice me. I am absolutely no match for a lifeberg. But I can definitely put in at vendor bite. I'm at a very good angle to do so, to put it mildly. Yeah, just like that. Okay. Let us gather some gossip to start with, to get a port report. And visit the first curator. Z captains. The first curator gives audience. The first curator is responsible for the preservation of the tomb colonies. It has been here much longer than London, like all of the oldest tomb colonists. But even tomb colonists dissolve in the end. Its time is close. No more light, the obsequious steward cautions you. The curator is terribly afraid of moths. He opens the door, and you step into near darkness. A pair of luminous lamplighter bees buzz in a latticed ivory tube. There is no other source of light. A bandaged shape, no larger than a child, lies crumpled on a couch. It lifts its head with obvious effort. It takes several seconds for you to distinguish its voice from the soft buzz of the bees. I can ask about the Grand Sanatorium. One hears the name whispered here in the arcades of Venderbite. I can give it the hunter's eye. I saw it once. I saw it long ago when I first came here below. I can receive a final reward, which is unlocked once I bring it all the colors. Or I can depart. You know, I don't think this life has asked about the Grand Sanatorium, so... A long, low chuckling. Oh, Silkskin, you don't want to know. The chuckling becomes a cough. We don't die here below, not unless we go to Z, so we needed something else, somewhere to end. Alright, give it the hunter's eye. The driest of chuckles. My left eye is blind. Should I replace it with this one, it will be no blinder, but perhaps I will see within. It raises the hand with the hunter's eye towards its concealed face. No sound is indescribable, but some should be. This is one. Let us not trouble ourselves with its nuances. Its reminders of marsh and gangrene and chrysalid emergence. Take, it says. Its voice is ragged. It gestures at a side table where a spoir tusk sits. A pearl tiara is perched jauntily atop the tusk. Both, apparently, are yours. Okay, so that is Peregrine. Lost the hunter's eye. I have a captivating treasure and a hunting trophy. Ooh. I need to take the hunting trophy and a recent news to the sisterhood, according to my notes. Dun dun dun. Also, I should check off this 10 mushroom wine to Venderbite. Okay. Not sure exactly what to do with the captivating treasure, but if I can get it back to London, I'm sure I'll figure something out. Alright, depart. Out of the gloom. The obsequious steward bowers obsequiously. The flickering lights of Venderbite seem bright after the curator's lair. Now, let me check. I do have a recent news. But the sisters are very far away, and I only have 7 fuel and 9 food left. I think I should go back to London, turn things over there, and then take the recent news and the hunting trophy. And I can go by way of Hunter's Keep since I do have the news. Since I'll get another recent news when I get back to London. Hopefully that ship has moved on. I don't see the ship, and I seem to be just far enough away from the bats. But yeah, I can have lunch with the middle sister, and she can giggle at me and reduce some of my terror. Oh, I don't have to offer my news for lunch. That is awesome. But first, let's reconnoiter the island. Lucy, Lucy, ease my fears. Okay, I'm down to nervous. Gained supplies, gained a memory of distant shores. Oh, gained 3 memories of distant shores. I really have Stone's attention here. And yeah, it's a little chancy, but I am going to do it again to reduce my terror some more. News! News, Phoebe! Sorry, Lucy. News, Lucy, news! Okay, lost 10 more terror, down to 21. I have 9 memories of distant shores now. Stone really must be paying attention to me by now. Okay, back to London. That snowstorm is a problem. I have the worst feeling that Frostfound is in the middle of it. Okay. Hang a Yui around the promontory. Back in London, still alive somehow. I think I'm going to have to, like, force time to pass up north. I think I'll have to explore in other directions for a bit. Alright, lodgings. Let's read the morning papers. Oh, hey, I got supplies this time. Okay, I'm just going to check to see if this... A shrine to stone. I could create a shrine to stone. You know the hymns, the prayers, the traditions. Perhaps you believe, perhaps you don't, but it'll comfort the sailors. It increases the hearts to make the shrine. Or I could adorn my lodgings with the captivating treasures. Convert captivating treasures into heirlooms, and they'll adorn your lodgings until the day you die. After that, your family will probably sell them. This is a way to pass on money to your next character. You can have no more than 11 heirlooms, or 16 in a mansion, and you'll need to pay a small fee to write these treasures into your will. I could use the captivating treasure for this as well. And it'll only cost me 10 echoes. Ooh. Yes, you know, I don't expect Eleanor here to last forever. Let's set up my next life. Let's hope the silly young fool appreciates the lengths you went to. Alright, 1 heirloom for the cost of a captivating treasure and 10 echoes. And that remains attached to the mansion. Okay. Excellent, excellent. Let's go make some port reports. Alright, submit port reports. Trust the sisters are keeping well. 5 echo and a fuel. Venderbite is 10 echo and a fuel. Whither? I refuse to ask any questions. I don't want to give them the satisfaction. 20 echo and a fuel. Avid Horizon is worth 10 echo and a fuel. Codex is worth 20 echo and a fuel. Out into London, I suppose. The Rose Market hadn't changed. Let's check out this new recruit, even though I probably won't take them. Alright, we still have the sigil-ridden navigator here, or just a plain old Zailor, neither of which I am going to be taking. Some other time. To the alarming scholar. These memories of distant shores are worth a fuel each to the scholar, so... And also I increase my favor with them by doing this, so... Favor increasing. Four, 3, 2, good enough. What was I was saving the lamentable relics because I was hoping to make the cabinet, right. What else? Still ignoring the visit from Mr. Sachs. I think it may well be worth it to carouse. So, 100% chance of success. Oh my. Yes, let's carouse. Let's hope it doesn't cost too much. A marvelous night out. Sea shanties, fine food, and the warmth of a pub fire. And something more. Lost 5 terror, lost 10 echo. Ooh, nice savings. More recent news. And the likely lass has returned. Let's have a moment. A few hours together, shared warmth, new memories. It's harder to say goodbye this time. That's 10 more terror. I'm down to 5. Okay. Let's take a moment. I need to find new places. And maybe I'll get lucky if I head down this way. Because Frostfound is almost certainly this way, over here, and the snowstorm is definitely blocking me. So... what if... Hold on, let me double check here. Nuncio, somewhere in Central or Eastern. See, that's what bugs me. Central or Eastern are very, distant places from each other. So I don't know that I'm going to be managing to find Nuncio anytime soon. But yeah, why don't I try exploring a bit southward, since I really haven't been southward much at all. Okay. I have 10 fuel. And 12 supplies. Yeah, as long as I make this a reasonably short trip, this should be okay. So, actually, I've just noticed the time. So what I'm going to do, it explains why my tea was getting so low. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pause here since it's already paused. I will refill my tea, have a quick bio break, maybe run some ads, and I will be back in just a few minutes.